once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. And come on in, come on down, come on across, come on over, come on up. Get in here now. Okay, now what's the situation with your feet? Are they smelly? No? Good. Are you sure? Are you certain? Are you positive that your feet smell as delightful as freshly cut grass? Yes? Well, congratulations, that's pretty impressive. You've been walking and standing around all day wearing those socks and shoes, and yet your feet are still nice and fresh. Well done. All right. But remember, for those of you whose feet don't smell as fresh as a mountain breeze, you lot have to keep your shoes on, okay? Yes, well, you see, the dog's got a very sensitive nose, and so you understand, don't you? Oh, good. All right, let's get cracking. So, if you've kicked your shoes off, then sit back in your chair and put your feet up. And if your feet smell, or if your feet aren't very fresh, then don't kick your shoes off, and whatever you do, don't put your feet up. Your mum will kill you putting your feet up on the furniture while you're wearing shoes. You're dicing with death there. All right, so it's that day again. Our favorite day, Friday! Excellent. And all we have to do is complete today's revision session, and then you'll be free to get your chores out of the way and get into the bathroom to start getting ready for tonight. For we all know that today is Friday. Friday, the gateway to the weekend. All right, no time to dilly-dally. Let's get on with the show. Roll the tape, Viv. Viv, are you paying attention? Yes? Oh, good. In that case, can you roll the tape, please? Thanks. And today's a very special day, isn't it? Yes, that's right. And who knows why it's such a special day? Well, in fact, there are two reasons for today being special. The first reason is that it's the time again. The end of the working week is upon us, and the start of the weekend is so close that I can smell it. And it smells pretty good, I can tell you. It smells like everyone getting ready for the weekend, like everyone getting geared up for the weekend. Yes, it smells of freshly washed and combed hair, of antiperspirant. There's that prefix again, anti, the prefix that means against something. This time, it's against the idea of perspiration, the noun from the verb to perspire, which is a synonym for sweat. So, when you roll that roll-on onto the skin of your armpit, or when you spray that antiperspirant spray onto your armpit, or when you apply that antiperspirant stick to your armpits, you're putting something onto your skin which works against sweat. This stuff stops you from sweating temporarily, so that after a few minutes on the dance floor, you hopefully don't look like this. And also connected to that thought, hopefully you don't smell in a way which makes people near you react like this. So, that's antiperspirant. It stops you from sweating, which in turn stops your armpits from smelling like 3-week-old milk, which in turn means that someone might want to dance with you tonight. So, that's good. The other stuff you can put on your armpits is deodorant. Now, this is different to antiperspirant because all deodorant does is cover, mask, or hide the smell. When you use an air freshener in your home, what you're normally doing is hiding the smell. Most air fresheners don't deal with the source of the smell. Most air fresheners merely cover the bad smell with a nicer smell. And the same thing is true of deodorant that you buy for your armpits. These don't stop you from sweating. So these don't stop the bacteria in your sweat from making you smell. Deodorants just hide the smell with a different smell, with a nicer one. Anyway, make your choice and decide if you prefer antiperspirant or deodorant. You don't want to smell like someone's old socks when you're in the disco or bar or club or restaurant or cinema or wherever. If you're in the gym, then I suppose it's okay. But even there, people aren't going to talk to you if you smell like a dead cow. And after that small diversion into the world of personal hygiene, let's get back to where we were, talking about the reason why today is special. Okay, we know reason number one, it's the beginning of the weekend. And now for reason number two. What's the date? That's right, it's the 13th, isn't it? It's Friday the 13th. Aha! So it's not only the start of the weekend, but it's also a day which is connected to bad luck. Now, when people think about Friday the 13th, people always think that this is a day when accidents are more likely to happen, when there is a greater chance of bad things happening. Perhaps, perhaps not. Maybe, maybe not. But why do we think that Friday the 13th is the unluckiest day of the week, or month, or year? Well, some people say that the number 13 has always been unlucky. People always thought that 12 was a lucky number and 13 was an unlucky number. Some people say that this is connected to the number of disciples that Jesus had, the number of people in Jesus' gang. There were 12 disciples, which explains why people think the number 12 is a good number. Also, there are 12 months in every year and 12 animals in the Chinese animal calendar. There are 12 signs in the zodiac, but that's logical, isn't it? There are 12 months in the year after all. Okay, but what about number 13? Well, some people say that this is connected to Jesus and his friends too. At the Last Supper, there were 13 people at the table. Number 13 was Judas, and this is the man who betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. So, the 13th person at the table was the cause of all the trouble. The 13th man double-crossed Big J. Judas, number 13, stabbed Big J in the back. He sold his friend down the river. And let's be clear, we're not talking about Judas Priest, we're talking about Judas Iscariot. Remember that, because it's a very important difference. One of these is the disciple who betrayed Jesus, and the other is a British heavy metal band from Birmingham. Okay, so now we all know the essential difference between Judas Iscariot, Judas Priest, a giraffe and a dragon. Good, on we go. So, today is Friday the 13th, which a lot of people think is the unluckiest day in the galaxy. Now, this means that there are lots of superstitions connected to today. Do you all know what a superstition is? A superstition is a belief, but an illogical belief, that certain actions cause either good or bad luck to come to a person. Let me give you an example. When I was a kid, lots of people used to have a very strange thing on their key rings. They had keys on their key ring. Obviously, that's why we have a key ring, isn't it? To keep our keys in one place, so that it makes our lives easier. Okay, so these people had keys on their keychains. Fine, but lots of people also had something extra on their key rings, something that they thought would bring them good luck. These people had a rabbit's foot on their key rings. Now, I never really understood this superstition. Why would a rabbit's amputated foot bring good luck to anyone? Certainly the rabbit's foot didn't bring too much good luck to the rabbit, did it? I mean, the rabbit has 4 feet, which should mean 4 times as much luck, but, well, it didn't work for the rabbit, did it? No, someone came along, killed the rabbit, and then turned its feet into lucky keyring ornaments. Anyway, let's forget about the decidedly unlucky rabbit and concentrate on the idea of superstition. There are lots of superstitions that we believe, even today. For example, my dad always taught me that it's bad luck to put new shoes onto a table. I have no idea why this would bring bad luck. And when I asked my dad, he just replied that it does. So don't put new shoes onto a table. Okay? My mum also told me that it's bad luck to open an umbrella over your head inside. Again, when I asked her why it's bad luck, she replied that she didn't know, but that it is bad luck, so don't do it. Okay, so those two examples are just two of the many superstitions that people believe, or maybe half believe. I bet you can think of lots of others too, can't you? Well, for one thing, just off the top of my head, there's the idea that breaking a mirror will bring you 7 years of bad luck. That's a lot of bad luck. Also, if a black cat crosses your path, it's meant to be bad luck. And walking under a ladder is also meant to be bad luck, isn't it? Now, as well as bad luck, there are also some things which are meant to bring you good luck, aren't there? If you find a 4-leaf clover, for example, it's meant to bring you good luck. Now, another thing which is connected to this illogical system of believing in strange things is the idea of a phobia. When we think about phobias, then we can see the similarities between superstition and phobias. They're both beliefs that have no logic behind them. It's not logical to think that if you break a mirror, then you'll have bad luck. If you break a mirror, you might cut yourself, and then you'll have to do a lot of clearing in that room, but it shouldn't mean that you'll have bad luck for 7 years, should it? No. Isn't that right, Brucey? Well, although I don't recommend that you follow Brucey's example, I think we can all agree that the best reason for not breaking a mirror is all the cleaning that you have to worry about afterwards. Okay, but what about phobias? Well, there is a big difference between phobias and superstitions, even if they are both illogical. Phobias are illogical, irrational fears, whereas superstitions are just things that we believe. Most people don't have a fear of black cats, for example, or of walking under ladders. Perhaps people don't walk under ladders, but it's not because they fear the ladder. With phobias, people develop an irrational and illogical fear of something. Think about acrophobia, for example. This is the name for a fear of heights. Now, lots of people don't feel comfortable being in very high places. But these people don't say that they've got acrophobia. That would be too strong. These people don't like being in high places, but they don't have a fear of heights. They don't panic and have a heart attack if they have to move away from the ground. Now, there are lots and lots of phobias. There are too many to list, but I did find one which is very relevant to today. Triskaidekaphobia. Yeah? What do you say to that one? That one, rather bizarrely, is the official word for the fear of the number 13. All right, and we're done. Not only for the day, but also for the week. Yes, it's true. We've finished our lessons for the day, and the week we've sailed past the... which is it? I'm never sure. Well, it's one of the other. We've sailed past the left or right foot of Colossus, and now it's time for me to go home for a coffee. And as for you, well, it's time for you lot to start and finish your chores. Hoovering, washing up the dishes in the sink, loading or unloading the dishwasher, feeding the cat, walking the dog, stroking the parrot, all those sorts of things. And then, well, then you can start getting ready for Friday, the gateway to the weekend. So, chores first, then run into the bathroom, hop into the shower, scrub yourself until you're as clean as a whistle, then hop out and put on some deodorant or some antiperspirant to make sure that you don't smell like a homeless dinosaur's armpit later on tonight. That's very important. All right, people, I'm off like 3-week-old milk. I'll see you all after the weekend. Have a great time. Have as much fun as you think is necessary. And I'll see you all on Monday for another week of mega revision. See you all on Monday. Have a great weekend. Remember, it's nation, but national. See you later. Bye.